What's up, guys? It's Opex. So I was received information just a few hours ago from my source. We'll call him a little birdie. The bird had really no information on this. He sent me a video. How he got it and the whole nine we'll not discuss on here, but I have this information now and I can't let this stay with me. I made a bunch of copies of this video. I've done a lot of research trying to find these guys. There's a guy named John Fabulist and Ivan I can't pronounce his last name. These two men are missing after this video. The video must have taken place about a month ago, according to the polls, according to the stats that I found in the video. That's my only assumption. I looked everywhere on Google or online, everywhere, for these two guys, for their news organization, whatever that is. I've just been doing relentless research for the last few hours, and I have nothing on these guys. These guys are basically non-existent in life on Earth. I don't know if they erased it. I can't find anything on these guys. It must have been their only video, or it could be one of many that was to come. I'm not sure, but I need your guys' help. I've made multiple copies of this video. I've been trying my damnedest to find out what's going on. We have two men that are lost. Nobody's reporting on this. I've been staying up well past my bedtime trying to figure this out. And again, if you guys can help me out, if you know anything about it, try to do your research, something, look for these guys. These guys are either really, really on some real shit and people are scared of him and had to get rid of him, or they're on the run. I really cannot identify the exact thing that's going on with these guys. I'm trying to upload this on my channel. I know I don't get many views. Send this out to everyone you know, and maybe we can get to the bottom of this. Here's the video.
Welcome back, folks. This is John Fabulist with Ivan Nevtelai, sir. Is that what it is?
You're absolutely right. It's Nevtelai.
Great, perfect. And we have a very interesting story for you here today, folks. We're reporting from upstate New York, as always. And why don't you tell the folks at home a little bit about what we're talking about here today, Ivan?
Sure thing. We have some epic news coming out of Los Angeles, California, where we just received audio conversation between what we believe as Keanu Reeves' clone and an unidentified man that we may perceive as his handler.
And as we all know, Ivan, clones cannot be out in the public eye unassisted without their handlers because they're liable to malfunction or scratch or even bite random people, or even say things that are irregular that would embarrass their celebrity counterparts.
You're absolutely right, John. Clones just basically cannot be trusted. They're not the actual celebrity themselves. You're absolutely right, John.
And we actually have an audio recording that we want to play for you here on air, and here it is.
Hello? Where are you? West Olympic. I think there's speeds in place. I'm authorized you to leave unsupervised. There was a light. What? Have you been taking your injections?
And that's the conclusion of that audio tape. As I heard in that audio recording, he was asking him if he was taking injections.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that that is indeed Reeves' clone. He seems to be lost out in LA, he seems to be off his meds, maybe perhaps defective, maybe even dangerous.
No, I got to agree with you, Ivan. It surely seems to be the case, especially with all the evidence we've seen here today. But we're going to leave that for the viewers to decide. But we're going to segue right into our next story, which is our main story of the night. It is the poll numbers between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Okay, so as we know, there are many different polls out there. We have back on September 1st a poll from USA Today giving Clinton a +3 lead. On September 2nd, we have a poll from IBD and the TIPP that shows a tie. And on September 4th, we have CBS News showing Clinton with a +8 lead. What do we make of this, John?
These numbers are heavily skewed into Hillary Clinton's favor. Many publications, such as Reuters, openly admit to polling 15% more Democrats than Republicans. I mean, it's insane.
You're absolutely right. Those numbers are inaccurate. They fluctuate so much. We'll report further on this in the future.
Okay, we're going to have to leave it there. We're going to head to our last story of the night, and this one may shock you. No, Pope Benedict XVI resigned back in 2013 due to what the church has called health problems. But is that the real reason for his resignation?
Well, we have sources from whom have come forward claiming that they have witnessed Benedict XVI leaving orphanages abruptly, dripping blood and appearing and disappearing without warning. These witnesses have all stated that he's wearing his whole Pope attire and even his headwear. This has been apparently a frequent occurrence for the ex-Pope over the last few years and all over Europe.
So what you're saying is that Pope Benedict XVI has been seen with blood dripping off of him in orphanages? Can you explain more for our audience that is somewhat ignorant of this information?
Sure, John. Look, Benedict XVI is a modern vampire who needs young virgin blood in order to maintain his health. He might be on the verge of death and needs to survive. This might be the motivation he needed to resign from being the Pope and to secure his longevity.
Absolutely, Ivan. And here's where things get really interesting. We now have sources telling us that Pope Benedict XVI has been seen inside coroner's office and various coroner's office around Europe, and apparently they've seen him where he's dripping blood, wearing full Pope attire, and he's got these large bags under his eyes. And here's where it gets really strange. Apparently he has somewhat of a greenish tint to his flesh, and teeth that resemble more of an animal's than any humans, and even talons and claws. Now, what's going on here? What is this? Is he human?
Well, before, we used to think of him as a vampire. But now, after this new information, we gotta believe that he's some sort of reptilian in being. I mean, look at his new features. He has claws, he's green skin tone, he has sharp teeth. He's a cannibal now. He went from being a bloodlust vampire into a cannibal, or that of a reptilian being.
Strange indeed. And let me tell you what, folks, we are living in some very strange times. But here we have great sources. They have yet to deceive us, and we just want to send a big shout out to them. I'm John Fabulous. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm Ivan Neptala.
And you folks have a great night.